We're here in Boise. It's the capital of the state of Idaho. Today I'm going to take you downtown to the center of the Basque community here. We're going to go to a very special bar, have a nice cocktail. That's on this episode of The Attitude Adjustment Hour. Boise's the capital city of Idaho. A river runs through it, namely the Boise River. It has a great Western history, among other things having been a stop on the Oregon Trail. Now, what better place for immigrant sheep herders to relocate from their native land on the border of France and Spain? Southwest Idaho is a vast, sparsely populated area with fertile grazing land, perfect for livestock. And Boise's Basque community, one of the largest in the world outside of Europe, was started by shepherds from the old country. So this is downtown Boise. The capital is only a couple of blocks up, and this is the oldest part of town. And this is where the Basque community has made their home. They've got bars, restaurants, all kinds of facilities, including the Basque Center right behind us, which is the Basque Cultural Center, with it's a museum of sorts. So we're here at 6th and Grove Street, and this is the center. The Basque Cultural Center is right across the street in downtown Boise, and we're here with
Mila Bilbao.
So Mila, tell us about your family. You're from the Basque community here, and tell us a little bit about it.
My dad came here at the age of 19 over 40 years ago. He was a sheep herder for 6.5 years in the Boise, and then also my mom is from Brno, and her parents are full Basque, so I'm actually a full Basque.
Now, he was a sheep herder, and that's what a lot of the Basque came over from the Pyrenees and stuff.
He came because all his family, his uncle and his brothers were here.
They're not still in the sheep business, are they?
No. He did that for 6.5 years and then worked for Boise Cascade for about 30 years.
Oh, beautiful. Basque culture here is a big deal. This is the biggest Basque community in the country, right?
Yes.
And so tell us about some of the special things that the Basque people do here.
Well, here in the block, they have in Boise, they have a huge dance group that starts from age like 4 to 45. And then the large group is the Ancadis, and they perform everywhere from D.C. to Argentina.
I mean, are we going to see some Basque dance on So You Think You Can Dance someday? Do you think that's a...
No.
You're thinking negative, okay. So it's very old tradition and stuff. So we're going to head down to Bar Guernica, and we're going to have a Pecan Punch. Have you had it before?
No. I'm not much of an
Not much of a drinker. Okay. Well,
I know it's not very Basque.
Because they're pretty good drinkers.
Yes, you drink a lot of wine. I mean, I did grow up drinking, but now I've kind of outgrown it, I think.
Okay. Well then, me too. But have you ever tasted that? No, the Pecan Punch, because that's specifically a Basque or Basque-American drink, right?
I think it's a Basque-American.
Right, because that's something that
like calimocho is a huge. Have you heard of calimocho?
Tell me what it is.
It's Coca-Cola with cheap red wine.
Really?
And it's a huge Boise American thing.
Really? So if I go down to Bar Guernica, I can get a calimocho.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got to try that.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good with bad wine. Bad wine and a Coke.
Well, I said cheap wine.
Cheap, can whatever. Like Thunderbird, that kind of thing,
Inexpensive is all she's saying.
Oh, okay.
Inexpensive.
You like that? Is it good?
No, I don't like it.
Okay.
I'm not much of a
But I'll have
drinker.
one. Hey, I'll have one just to have one. And then beer and Coke. I think that's a good one where you mix. No, that probably doesn't work.
I don't know.
I appreciate it, Mila. Thank you so much.
My name is Tony Arrubarena, for Vizcaya. Town is named Mundaka, Vizcaya, Spain. More Cantabric, right in between France and Spain, the sea.
And when did you come to the United States, Tony?
1955.
1955. And you came here to Idaho, straight to Idaho?
Idaho.
Is that right?
I got the sheep further to Idaho City, in this mountains.
I mean, is there much? Do people herd sheep much anymore? That's not a big.
No more.
No more.
The only was Peruanos on.
Oh, the
The
Peruvians.
Peruvians.
Yeah.
No Basques.
Yeah.
You know.
But when the Basque came here, that's what they did. They had sheep.
Sheep
All through
on
what?
sheep,
What
no.
should we have to eat, and what should we have for cocktail?
Got
Yeah. No. Right.
I can tell you
Picon
too.
Punch? Yeah. She was telling us about one that has Coke and Coca-Cola and wine.
Oh, it's
What's that called?
Calamucho.
Caramucho. Yeah. It doesn't sound good.
Calamucho.
It
I
doesn't
don't
sound
like
good.
It.
No?
I don't like
How about a Picon Punch?
it. Picon Punch is better.
That's not bad,
I
right?
don't drink them.
Oh no, good. That's
Little
good.
wine.
Good for you.
Little wine, maybe a glass of wine.
Perfect.
Red beans and
That's good. For you. Tony, mucho gusto, señor.
andar bien y no gastar mucho dinero.
I like that. I like that. Well, no tienes dinero. You know.
Sí, tú tienes dinero.
No, hey,
Aquí.
pobrecito. See you later, Tony. Okay, so right in the middle of the Basque Block is this restaurant called Bardonnay. And the thing about them, they are actually historic. They're the first bar. They opened in 2001. Not very old, right? But bottom line is, they are the first micro distillery in the country. Inside, they've got big vats there. They make rum, they make gin, and they make whiskey right on site, and they make some super cocktails. In fact, let's head inside and check it out. Bardonnay is located in a once empty warehouse on the historic Basque Block here in downtown. On April 25, 2000, history was made when they became the nation's first restaurant distillery. And it's a beautiful restaurant, nice menu, and excellent cocktails, many made from their in-house distilled product. The distilling tanks are displayed through glass in the back of the restaurant, and they have signage telling whether they're making rum, gin, or bourbon that day. At the end of Basque Block is a small classic cafe called Bar Guernica. Opened in 1991, it patterned itself after the Basque pubs that the owner fell in love with when he would go home to the old country. They serve lamb sandwiches, chorizo, croquetas, and beef tongue, and along with beer and wine, Basque coffee is a staple. The coffee cups above the bar are from bars across northern Spain, and patrons continue to bring them back from their travels and contribute to the collection here. Bottom line is they got a pretty good selection of beers, and they got some nice wines, but they got some beers. And bottom line is they've got something that is a blast from my past and from my brother-in-law Randy's past too, although we have different attitudes on it, but they have Olympia beer. Olympia from Tumwater, Washington. It's the water. In fact, I always wanted to. I remember they had a tour up there in Tumwater. You know, I always wanted to go try the Oli beer. But I loved it. It wasn't the cheapest beer out. Lucky Lager was the cheapest. And the guys from the old neighborhood, the Excelsior, this is the one that we always had. So we had to order it. And what did you guys call it? You called it?
Well, we called it Olympia. Just for the fact that the
Olympia.
pea was, because it was like pea water. But this is actually better than what I remember. This is good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, actually, so it tastes like it did when I was a teenager drinking it. It's kind of a sweet lager, right? It's got a sweet taste to it, right?
Very sweet.
Yeah. And of course, he's a big beer snob, so if it's not a
Well,
stout,
you
a
used to have
snout
like-
with a chocolatey finish, you know, it's
It
not
used to
good
have
stuff.
that bad taste to it, though. There was like an aftertaste that there was always with Olympia.
You thought so? I thought.
This is refined.
Maurice, skull, brother. Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Do you remember the bottles in these, though?
Yeah, definitely. They were shorter.
And then you take the label off and you pull it back, and it had like dots on it.
What was that about?
And there was 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dot, or 4 dot.
Oh, yeah.
And this is what you'd have your girlfriend sign, because if it was a 1 dot, it was you get a kiss. A 2 dot, you get 2 kisses. 3 dots, you get fill her up.
What?
4 dot is everything. So it just that was the thing of Oli and why people bought it.
Okay.
In Montana.
He's from Montana, so this kind of perverse stuff they did with beer. But and it's a great little. Hey, we just like the little rebus on the bottom of the Lucky Lager. He's getting laid on the back of an Oli bottle label. I don't know.
Evidently the girls there went for it.
No doubt. Okay, well, memories with Oli, right off. Okay, so we're at the other end of Basque Block. We got the Basque Cultural Center right behind you. But this is Likuona, and hopefully we're gonna find this elusive Picon Punch. Likuona means good place in Basque, and it really is a great place. It occupies a historic brick building that used to be a boarding house. And like all good Basque dinner houses throughout northern Nevada and Idaho, they offer multi-course working man's feast, always starting with a big bowl of soup, then on to main courses like paella, bacala, which is delicious salt cod, and side dish after side dish like ranchero-style beans, French fries, just great food. But on to the bar. Okay. So no wonder Dipshit can't get the drink he wants, because it's not a Picon Punch, which is a whole different history. House of Pisco, we've seen it in some of the episodes on the Attitude Adjustment Hour. It's a Peruvian brandy drink that people used to get housed on in the old day. It's a Picon Punch. This is the drink, and like our man over here said, they might have served it in the old country, but this is really a Basque-American drink. Now, we've had it when we've been in the dinner houses in northern Nevada, you know, the great Basque dinner houses. So what goes in this? Picon Punch.
It's Tirani. It's a mare Picon. It's not actually mare Picon. It's what.
And it's sort of a digestive kind of?
No, it's a neutral spirit. It's just a caramel flavored, I'm going to say vodka because it's not gin. You know, it's a potato.
Grenadine.
Grenadine. Soda water.
It's pretty up to there.
And then float it with brandy.
Oh my
Nice. Okay, here we go.
goodness. This is drinking in the afternoon.
Oh, this is beautiful. No wonder I can't get the drink. A Picon Punch I'm asking for. Appreciate it. It's a Picon Punch. There it is. That's the one that gets me, the Calimocho.
Calimocho, red wine and Coke.
Oh my God, how bad is that? Tell the truth.
You know, I don't drink them.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes it sweeter.
Yeah. Tony across the street at the Bass Center just
Tony?
said, yeah, Tony told us, I says, hey, how about this drink with the Coke? And he, Calimocho.
Yeah, if you drink enough of them, yeah, I mean, you'll feel it the next morning.
Sure. You probably have a spike.
But the story is what they did is they made a really bad batch of red wine where they could barely drink it. So they put some Coke in it to sweeten it up.
That's
and
great.
Go, hey, that's not bad.
Oh, that's
At
great.
least that's the story.
Beautiful. Thank you, my man.
You bet.
But bottom line is, I mean, it's a pretty drink, you know. He said, go ahead and get that lemon in there a little bit. Shake it in there. How cute. Hey, maraschino cherry, you can't have mine.
This is nice stuff.
This is pretty, huh? Okay. Now, I wish there was a little bit of booze in it, but having that brandy and that skull, brother.
Skull, brother.
Okay, let's try this. Okay, so for the grenadine they put in it, it doesn't sweeten it much, but I think it takes the edge off.
This is good.
It's very good. Very good. Brandy float on it, the pecan, a little bit of grenadine, and in fact, it could almost be a little sweeter, no?
It could be that the brandy has a little bite to it.
Yes, because they got the, and I stirred mine up, did you?
I didn't.
Yeah, I stirred mine up, so, well, you're just drinking brandy right
Can I
now.
have a little more brandy?
Yeah, no doubt. But anyhow, hey.
Good to hear from you.
Oh no, I just got down to the grenadine. Okay, that's a nice drink. To the Bascos, man, that's a great drink. Now it's not overly sweet. I thought the grenadine would make it real sweet.
Some people make it a little sweeter, you know.
No, that's a beautiful drink. Thank you, my man. Okay, no wonder I'm asking for the wrong thing, you know.
Do people ask for more brandy in it though usually, or
No, because
that'll spoil
usually
it?
they'll take a sip from the top. They're like, "Gee," I said, "You got to mix it." You know.
I just mixed mine. It's
Exactly.
beautiful. It's
Yeah.
just a perfect mix
Yeah.
of a little bit of sweet,
Yeah.
that pecan,
Yeah,
and the brandy on top.
Hello, my name's Ron. I work at Lekuona. It's a Basque restaurant in Boise, Idaho. I've been here almost 3 years. The Basque country is their own country. It's the Pyrenees Mountains. It's between France and Spain. They went through a dictatorship with Franco where they couldn't speak their language, but it is one of the oldest languages that we know of so far. The culture is wonderful. The food is great. And please come here and have a good time.
Skull, bro.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. Booyah. You can catch the show either at aahour.com or on Facebook. Look for AA Hour. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm Den Cruz, DENCRUZ, all one word. And I love your feedback and suggestions. Email me at aahour@yahoo.com.
Hopefully I've lubricated the thought process for you a little bit. I'm Dennis Cruz, and thanks for joining me on the Attitude Adjustment Hour. In fact, let's leave it with our friend Tony from the Bass Center. He's got a few kind words to say.
Ondo e torri Boise-ra, tondo e vili. Dagici gasta. I mean,
Yes.
welcome, come on to Boise.
Yes.
Enjoy. You have a good time.
Yes.
And not spend too much money.
I like that.